Okay, so this is a video review of the Transformers Titans Return Leader Class Autobot Blaster and Twin Cast. So, funny story, this guy has been sitting in the local Meyer shelf for like 2, maybe 3 years now. In this tattered old box. See, it's not the best looking box. And I've been wanting to get him for the past year or so now, but I couldn't pull the trigger. I mean, I don't know, there was something off about the figure itself. But a couple of weeks ago, he went on clearance, and I bought him for like a third of the price. So I thought he's been staying on the shelf for too long, and I needed a blaster in my collection anyway. So here he is. Anyway, 3 years late, but better late than never, I guess. So anyway, let's take a look at the box and then let's take a look at the figure. Okay, so we've all seen this before. This is the standard Titans Return Leader Class box. You can see there is twin cast or blaster's head getting detached. On the side is an image of blaster. Given he's a leader class, and as all leader classes in this line are triple changers, he is a triple changer as well. So he does transform into his classic robot and boombox mode and this pretty daft city mode. Now here's some other figures in the line which you probably won't be able to buy now. And there is the read up if you wanna read it. From the side is just the Autobot logo, nothing at the top. Images of the 2 cassettes, which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find. I want to find at least one of them just to fill up the chest, but we'll see. So yeah, that's the box. Other thing included is this nice collector card, still in plastic. At the back shows you the stats. So blaster himself gets to up to 8 in strength and intelligence, 7 in firepower, and only 1 in speed. I don't know why. And then with twin cast upgrades everything by 2 points, well 4 points, sorry, with the speed only get increased by 1. We also get this nice instructions. So I like how these instructions for Titans Return look. They're actual renders of the figure as opposed to like drawings, and they're more or less clear. It works. And then it says here you can actually combine. There's stripes and rewind, and then you can combine him with other City Former series. Is up. Here is Fortress Maximus. I do have Power Master Prime, but I don't think I'll combine them here. Okay. Not just to get this out of the way, here is the base mode. Let's get Mark Ruffalo and Paul Rudd out the way. So that's the base mode. So you can see it's not too bad. It has these sticker details there. So it's sort of a landing pad there. You have ports for weapons there, and weapon emplacements. So some ports there. I know there's another port here. See? There. And of course there. So you have a lot of Titans Return characters. They do have these. Most of them have places for the characters in the gun, which is daft, but what can you do? So if you have those, you can plug them all over the place. And then you can have the other Titans Masters, which can stand in like numerous places. So there's like port there as well. At the top there's two, so you can put them all over the place. This is from Perceptor, by the way, and this is Perceptor's gun. So let's take those out of the way. This is what's included. So there's twin cast there in his gun, and the faux cassette that stays in his chest. Okay, so from the side, not too bad. He'll not be staying in this mode, at least in my display. Now just to give you some rough idea of scale, there he is with Red Wind, Mark Ruffalo, Paul Rudd, and Sideswipe. So not a bad size. There's a base mode, and it does work well with your standard Titan Master figure there. Now with that out of the way, let's transform him into cassette mode. First of all, let's remove this. Take a look at this thing first, right? You can see it's modeled to be like a media player, I guess, with the play and pause button there. Nicely detailed, but it's just a hunk of plastic. Yeah. Now in cassette mode, you can store twin cast here, and then you put that in the chest, storing him away. Now let's convert him into cassette mode. First thing you do is you fold that back, fold that in, fold that in all the way, fold this, there you go, fold that up, not too tough, right? Orient it that way, and then is that peg hole? There you go. So you check, there's a peg, there's a hole, just peg that there. Do the same on the other side. There you go, and then close it up. Peg, peg hole, peg, peg, peg hole, peg, and peg hole. So just position them correctly. Position them correctly. Yep. There you got the boombox mode. The gun. So let's see. Nice looking gun. Scope and everything. Have a look at that later again. You can port that here to hide it, or just port it that way. Makes for a basic antenna, I guess. In terms of the boombox itself, like all the molding, I wish it had dedicated play buttons and things like that. It doesn't. What can we do? Even at the top, this could use maybe stickers, or there stickers. There's some molded detail there that can go as the buttons. You know, I don't think Retro Labels has those. So, left side clean, back side is clean. It does have a back side, and it does have a handle. I asked my daughter what this is, and she said it's a bag. Shows our age, I guess. Now there's a button there, and you press it. It does eject the cassette. Like, I can ask my daughter what a cassette is. She won't know. So again, shows our age. Anyway, that's not too bad, right? Now for some quick comparisons. There's Mark Ruffalo, Paul Rudd, and Sideswipe. And just because I have him here he is with my version of Soundwave's cassette mode. In terms of size, I mean, see, if you had the G1 version of these two, that's roughly how they scale anyway. So maybe, I don't know. Now for the last bit of transformation, let's transform him into robot mode. So it is pretty easy. Let's just remove the gun first. Then you open this up, unpeg the leg. This portion of the leg just accordions, so accordion it out. It does repeg there, so just repeg it there. Accordion this out. This doesn't peg, that's fine. Then you close this. this just these grooves or pegs, just rest on those grooves. And then for the feet, find it easier if you just fold that out first. Fold the feet in back out and then fold that in. Let's straighten out that leg. Now let's do the other leg. Right and click, open it up, closing it out. Yeah. Fold that in, fold that toe out, fold that in. Reconnect the unpegged part. If I can figure out the correct orientation, I think it's this way. Peg. There you go. Pull that back up. Close it back up. There you go. That's the feet. Now let's just reposition the camera. Let's do the top part. Fold that back. Fold the hand out. Fold that down. Do the same here. Fold that down. And then take the head from here. That back in. And then we put the head on. And we've got a pretty daft tiny head, but then what you can do is pull this, which will expose the helmet, and the helmet just goes there. So, and then this nice looking gun can peg on his hand. So that gives us Blaster in his iconic robot mode. So he is a really cool looking figure, and for a leader class he is also really poseable. So yeah, let's take a closer look at the figure. Now first off, that head sculpt, while not cartoon accurate, is very toy accurate. So that's how his toy look with the helmet. Really nice. Now the rest of the figure does have a lot of painted details on the shoulders. Nice tampoed Autobot logo. You can still open this up to eject the cassette, which is cool. Details there. And smaller speakers on the legs. So tampograph stickers there. Paint there. From the side, it seems clean for the most part, except he does have a ginormous bum, which is required to keep the cassette in, you see. Anyway, and then the legs are basically the folded out speakers. They are a bit too wide, but not too bad. Back is very clean. Feet is nice as well. So yeah. Now he is very articulate, so his head can go all the way around, arm all the way around. Heavy ratchets there, ratchets that way as well, ratchets that way as well. This just goes in and out just for transformation. Ratchets there, ratchets there, ratchets there, ratchets there. So ratchets everywhere. Swivel there, and extreme ankle tilt. So yeah, not too bad posability. Now before I forget, there's a peg there, and that's for the remold, which is Soundwave. If you recall, Soundwave does have a shoulder cannon, and that's what it's for, but since it's not Soundwave, well, it doesn't have it. Now for the most part, I think this figure was made for Blaster and just remolded for Soundwave, but that's just what I think. If you see, right, the just detail, this cassette player is small, or the cassette what's this cassette area is small with the big speaker, so that's a boombox. Soundwave was meant to be a Walkman, which is a smaller speaker and a bigger like cassette ejecting area. So yeah, that's just my view. So size comparisons, he is about the same size as part of Prime's Optimus Prime, but of course both of them tower over leader class Siege Optimus Prime, though yeah, he is much heavier than both of them. And here he is with Dreadwind Sideswipe, and just because I have him in hand, his body Perceptor, so unfortunately he does tower over the regular deluxes, but no, original toy does tower over everyone else anyway. And here he is with his Nemesis Soundwave there. So yeah, they're supposed to be about the same size, so it's like maybe that, but no, tiny. But then in the G1 toy, that's about how they scale, so take that as a win. And of course there he is with Paul Rudd and Mark Ruffalo on a scooter. Okay, so in the end of the day, I mean, he's a really nice figure. I do expect that they'll be probably remolding this guy to Blaster in the future, but like I said, while that mold seems to be built for Blaster, I think this mold was built for Soundwave. So while he will end up as a better looking Blaster, I guess, with this mold, yeah, I think this one looks nicer anyway. And of course boombox, so again, he's gonna be pretty hard to hunt down now, unless he is just like me. He's been the York Myers will have like this guy bench warming or peg warming, so unless you have that, it's gonna be pretty hard to find now. I guess it's really up to you whether you still want to pick him up. For me, he's been sitting in the shelves for like years, and he's been waiting for me for 2 years on the pegs. Finally picked him up. No one else wanted to pick him up, so yeah, I guess that's a win for me and a win for Blaster. He has a place in my shelf, and I do have a Blaster now in my collection, so yay. Anyway, that has been the review of Titan's Return Autobot Blaster. And if you like the review, please do leave a like, leave a comment, and share the video. And as always, this has been Grim Trigger, and thanks for watching.